Hello everybody, this is a super interesting video today. One of the Hailey Dunn witnesses contacted me on YouTube here just a couple days ago, and I've got it print screen and I'm going to read it to you. Here's a write-up I did on Facebook. I said the drug rehab counselor that gave me information on the Hailey Dunn murder, Kristi Otts, contacted me last night on YouTube. As you can see, she claims that I ruined her life with going public about what she told me. The truth is that she initially bragged about it. I'm going to show you that. And then she did a 180 and started threatening me. Okay, so initially she was proud and she was like, I'm the other woman, and she was posting it all over Facebook. And then all of a sudden somebody, messes with her or kids or whatever, trying to cover up the murder of Hailey, and then she all of a sudden starts blaming me. I kindly explain that anytime anybody gives me information on the murder of a child, but then tells me they don't want me to say anything about it, well, that isn't going to happen. And I hope you don't either. If somebody comes to you and says, I have information on the murder of a child, but don't say anything, well, I hope you don't keep that secret, because we need them child killers to put in prison where they belong. Trying to stop child killers is honorable, and the people that came after Kristi because she spoke up should be arrested and charged accordingly. I think what they did is it was people messing with her custody and her kids. I think that's what it was. And they're probably people that go around pretending to be decent, good people, and they're dirty lawyers, dirty judges, dirty cops, whatever, and they're trying to cover up the murder of this little girl. The people that ruined Kristi's life are the people who are trying to cover up whoever murdered that little girl, and I'm talking about Hailey Dunn, 13-year-old Hailey. Okay, I'm going to show you the print screen she sent right here, okay? And she says, and it was a little bit longer than this, but this is the main thing. Her name was up here that she used on YouTube, the past 77, says, I am the Alyson Mack he talks about, and I created the name in 2005 to model under, way before that other stuff ever came out. Alyson is my middle name. Mack is my brother's name. There's literally no connection, because Alyson Mack is a famous person that was connected to the MLN sex trafficking ring that was in the news, right? She was the actress and all that stuff. There's no connection. Okay, and I said that, I posted that. There's no connection. I said, I wish Buddy would leave me out of this. Being a part of this has cost me everything I've ever loved and treasured in my life, plus over $1 million in lawyer fees trying to keep my family together. This has utterly ruined me. If I had any idea of the consequences of reporting the murder of a little child, right, I was going to face, I would have never come out with information and allowed those child killers to go free. My kids were my everything, my only reason to live, and they're gone. Not even legally. The legal system that just refuses to help me because of this right here. Okay, so basically that's what I'm saying, is the legal system, was trying to silence her because she had information on the murder of Hailey Dunn, and she's only one of 10 people I've documented. And they're all pretty much saying the same thing. Hailey was killed over in Odessa by these gang members. This is why people don't come out with the truth. It's not just worth it. She goes on and says, Buddy, please stop using my name in these things. You're making my life a living hell on earth. Use the info, but leave my name or name any name I've used out of it. It isn't even necessary. Okay, so here she's saying I ruined her life, and that's not even true. I didn't ruin her life by going public, and as I already said, she is the one that bragged about it online in the first place after I made my first movie. Now I've made 35 movies or more than that. Says last year they arrested the mother. I'm telling her, I said, and this is Kristi, I said, Kristi, last year they arrested the mother's former boyfriend, Sean Atkins, for the murder of Hailey Dunn, while saying that he bashed her head in. But none of the many people that I've documented as saying what happened to Hailey said that Sean was there. And several said that she was overdosed, which included what you said that Bret Bushman told you. I'm reminding her this is what you told me. I said, and then I went on to tell her, anytime anybody comes to me and says, I have information on the murder of a child, but I don't want you to say anything, well, that isn't going to happen. Furthermore, you telling me about Hailey isn't what made your life a living hell. The criminals who are trying to cover up the murder of this little girl did that, and I'm very sorry they did. I hope that someday when your children grow up, they learn that their mom did the right thing and tried to stop these child killers. And I'm going to remind you what she wrote me in 2016. Same person, Alyson Mack, which is Kristi Otts. That's what she's saying. She's explaining how she made up her name. And you know, she says, hey, I ran across this video you did concerning Hailey. That little girl's where my entire life changed. My trouble started. My kids got taken away from me. I got her murder confession while working at Turning Point, a drug rehab center. The guy said that she was traded by her mother for a drug balance of $135 worth of meth. While she was in the care of the dealer, she flipped out and they shot her up with something. She overdosed and died. The guy who confessed to me said he took her back to her mother and they stuffed her in a box. He described the way they had to bend her and break her to fit. Then they buried her on a ranch outside of Odessa. That's what Alyson or Kristi wrote me back in 2016 about the murder of Hailey Dunn. Okay, and she said the guy that would come in and confess, she wrote me and told me it was a guy named Bret Bushman, okay? And interested in one of the wealthiest families in Midland is named the Bushmans. They used to own CBS 7, the mall, you know, they own half of Odessa, you know. Somebody said that they were related, you know, and that would be interesting, right? You know, especially if they're interfering with the courts and custody and they're trying to cover this up, because that's what Kristi said is Bret Bushman is the one that confessed her. That's what he told her, you know. I know it's third party, but many murder investigations go off third-party information. It can't be used in court, but this is not a court of law. You know, keep that in mind. This is used for the investigation of the murder of a little girl, a 13-year-old little child. Okay? Jeanette Covert says, makes me sick. I hate drugs. God bless that angel. And then this guy was extremely rude. And I think he might know something or have some connection to the crimes and murders. That's what I got the feeling of right here. Brandon Honesto said, so she wanted to leave an anonymous tip, and you basically said, nah, I'm telling everybody you told me. That's cool. See, he was being a smart ass, and he was calling me a liar, because I already said that she bragged about it. I said, Brandon, no, she did not ask to be anonymous, and as I said above, she bragged about it online. Why are you wrongfully attacking me? You know, I get attacked all the time right here. This guy says, sounds like she wants you to keep her name out of her mouth, even changed her online identity. How's having a different POV and asking a questions attacking you? Because I already told you that she bragged about it, and then she did a 180 and she changed her tone, and he copied the message that she just sent, you know, within the last couple of days, you know, and I'm going to show you the print screen where she was bragging about, I'm the other girl that Buddy's talking about. She was online bragging about it, and next thing you know, she's threatening me. You know, that's what happened, you know, and then I didn't talk to her for 6 years until 2 days ago. You know, and I told this Brand, I said, you call me a liar, and once again, I proved myself to be true. Once again, I used the evidence and the proof to show that I was telling the truth, you know, while he called me a liar. The question is, why are you interfering in the murder of a child, and why are you attacking me? Where were you at when I was ambushed and shot? That's a very good question. Law enforcement should be asking him that question. Where were you at when somebody cut my phone lines and shot me in a cold-blooded murder attempt? Because you're attacking me online, and all I'm doing is telling the truth, trying to stop the murder of a child. But here I went on, I said she bragged about being the person that gave me information on the murder of this child, and I've already posted proof of that. As I said above, she did a 180 and started threatening me. Why are you trying to silence me from posting evidence on the murder of Hailey Dunn? That's the question that somebody needs to ask. Why is this guy attacking me, right? If she wanted to leave an anonymous tip, she could have called the police. That was what Brooks said to Brandon. And Brandon writes, Brooks says, and how do you know that she didn't? You're only hearing Buddy's side of the story. This guy's calling me a liar, and I'm going to show the proof that I already stated. My words backed up with facts and evidence, you know. Once again, I'm honest and truthful, and this guy's calling me a liar, and I'm the survivor of a premeditated murder attempt trying to solve the murder of this little girl. I said, and I write him again. I have the print screen showing that she bragged about it. So once again, my side of the story is proven to be fact. What is your connection to the underground homes and the crimes and murders said to be committed here? I was told there were 4 of them, right? It's a screenshot of the words she typed. It's not a biased opinion. Okay, this next section here, I said, and I wrote this, I said, you can't imagine how many times I've been threatened over taking screens of what somebody else said, and in this case, it was the murder of a child. When I first started posting these facts, she was proud and bragging about it online. That was Kristi. She seemed to care about the murder of this little girl back then, but then she started threatening me and falsely claiming that I ruined her life. My guess is somebody got to her and asked for her help in covering up the murder of this little girl. Okay, and here I'm going to show you here what she wrote me in 2019. And now keep in mind, here's Kristi that contacts me. Okay, I'm I here out of the blue, I get contacted from her. She starts giving me all this information and evidence of what Bret Bushman told her. I made that video. She brags about it online, says, "Hey, I'm the one in Buddy's video. Everybody on Facebook share this." She wrote that on her Facebook, and then she turns around and says this. "This is Christy Smith. I will be issuing a restraining order to you for using my name. I'm about to sue you. Please remove me from all online correspondence," And that's where I went on and I wrote her here. I'll read that to you. I just took a screenshot of this threat and sent it to the Texas Attorney General, several other law enforcement agencies who I've been providing information to concerning this nationally famous murdered child, Hailey Dunn. As I've told others, if you tell me you have information about the murder of a child, then I'm not going to keep your secret. Furthermore, you told me that you got the confession for the murder of Hailey on my YouTube channel and Facebook. You told me that she got that she had the confession. That's where I first found out about it from. You then bragged about being the other woman in the Hailey Dunn murder confession video. I have a screenshot showing that. Your statements, which were recorded by screenshots, has already been shared across the globe by many other people, as my Facebook wall is public. That is a nationally famous case, and millions of people have heard about it. I've tried to quote you accurately by using these screenshots. No, sir, you're not allowed to spread my name all over the internet. I'll be contacting a lawyer after she bragged about it. Midland Police Department has records of your behavior. I'll be adding this to your record. We're talking about the Midland Police Department that was under my home on the night that somebody under my home shot me. Keep that in mind. She's thinking that whoever threatened her and asked for her help in covering up the murder of Hailey, and asked her to change her story, I guess. It's amazing what's going on here. This was only one of the many witnesses to the Hailey Dunn murder. It's amazing they got Sean charged over there because it's obvious what happened to Hailey. This is Buddy, Midland, Texas.